Guys, the new Alexander Skarsgård movie might be so weird and out there that it actually works. Like, this might be another banger for Hollywood. Now, the trailer just dropped on social media a few days ago, and it made a huge flash online because the internet was so taken back by the content of this film. But I do actually think that it has the potential to be a really interesting and relevant commentary on modern dating, on modern relationships and AI. Or maybe it is just as simple as being a commentary on the weird things that women are into. Either way, it's not a remake. It doesn't look particularly fake and gay. So, we are going to give it a shot. Now, before we dive into this story, I want to thank you so much for being here. If you enjoy the episode, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, ring that notification bell to make sure that you stay up to date on every single thing that we upload here on the Bread Cooper Show. Alrighty. So, if I had to watch this trailer and be so confused and taken aback, so do you. So, let's dive in. This is the trailer for a new movie called Wicker. Oh. Today's catch. T. You needn't yell. He can smell your coming. Lick my worm. Laughter. So then, fisherwoman, you caught yourself a lover yet. Love seems more burden than a prize. Sorry. Where's my mom? There's absolutely no shame in living out your remaining days alone. I'll marry you. Screaming. Oh. I want you to make me a husband. Be at the chapel in a month. Good. I am here to marry you. What's that? This is my husband. I heard that he's strong as a tree and just as hard. His wicker straightened me right out. You are the reason I live and breathe. It's not natural. Music and men are not like that. Underscore off. Underscore off. Yeah, underscore off. You know, you've made quite an impression. The wives, they are all a flutter. I don't blame her. I climbed that cousin. You've become quite bold, haven't you? Fisherwoman. He has his days. I have mine, music. And we have our nights. Is someone being murdered? Let's dig in. I'll be fixing the bed this afternoon. It broke again. You've got some sort of scheme going. With the natural world, you. Mother Nature provides. I merely augment. Well, my friends, there you have it. Again. The movie is called Wicker. And when I first saw this going around on X, I had no idea what to expect. And it certainly was not what it ended up being. And I know, yes, it's weird. It is incredibly strange. I can't really tell if it is some fantasy romance or if it's more like a horror movie or a folk film. I don't even know what's going on here. But as many commenters did point out, we did ask Hollywood for more original movies and I guess they provided. Now, my favorite comment in line with that is somebody said, "Y'all see what you did? You asked for more original movies and now we got 50 Shades of Basket Case." But really what stood out to me the most across all of social media in the YouTube comment section on TikTok on X was the response from women. Now I feel like the normal response of this is like, man, that's kind of a little weird. Maybe it'll be good. I mean, it's a stacked cast. These are like incredible actors, so who knows, and it is original. But no, women across all of social media were literally turned on. They are now fantasizing about a Wicca boyfriend. Is it a book? Tell me. There's a book to read before it comes out to hold me over. Another woman said. I'll have what she's having. And guys, these comments were tame compared to the hundreds of videos that were then flooding my TikTok feed. Just watch. And then this last woman posted a TikTok and said, but at least 10 different people sent you the Wicca trailer, making sure that you've seen it and saying that it's my brand and realizing that you are known as the resident monster effer amongst your friends. So, obviously the point that I'm trying to make here is that the women are intrigued. Now to sum all of this up. Jarvis, a big account on X, he posted this and said, male sexual fantasy. A beautiful mid who doesn't nag too much. Female sexual fantasy. Okay, we live in a Norwegian village in the 1600s and I'm a lonely fishwoman and you are a demon-possessed man made of Wicca who blows my back out nightly, but then the townspeople revolt. Yeah, pretty much. Or, you know, it's the toxic leading man in 50 Shades of Grey. Or, it's a convicted felon in real life that people are drooling over on social media. Women are drooling over on social media. It is very par for the course. Ladies, do me a favor and find a real man. I'm sure you can find one at GCU if you attend school there. Now, people often say that higher education is outdated or irrelevant. Well, not when it is purpose-driven education at GCU. And that is why I am so proud to be partnered with Grand Canyon University, which is an affordable, private, non-profit Christian university based in the beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Now, GCU does not settle for the status quo. They shatter it with academically rigorous, industry-driven programs that are built to move at the speed of relevance with practical skills, career readiness, and opportunity for every single learner. Imagine that in 2026, they are recognized for excellence in academics and in campus life. And GCU's vibrant, welcoming campus was ranked in the top 20 best college campuses in the country by NICH.com for 2026. And what I love about GCU so much is that they believe education should not just be a privilege, but an affordable path forward for all. Affordable and practical, making sure that you go out into the job market prepared with some 380 programs, including degree programs, emphases, and certificate programs. There is a path for you. Grounded in Christian truth, GCU works to empower the next generation to lead with integrity, to serve with purpose, and help transform their communities, and truly build a future that matters. So, take action and find your purpose today. At GCU. It is private, it's Christian. It's affordable, it's non-profit. Visit gcu.edu to learn more. Now, you're going to want to take a break from studying at some point when you're at GCU. And my favorite thing to do when I want a break is to turn on some bid-worthy TV. And Fox One has a lot of it. Now, did you know that Fox One is just $19.99 a month and it includes all of your Fox and TV favorites in one place? We are talking, yes, 24/7 Fox News coverage, but the biggest sporting events and hit TV shows like MasterChef, The Farmer Wants a Wife, my favorite, The Masked Singer, Hell's Kitchen, and so much more, all streaming live. Like, these are the kinds of shows that you start watching casually and suddenly you cannot stop Watching, can't stop talking about it. And all of that is on one platform. Honestly, the reality TV alone makes it worth it for me. I am a sucker for Farmer Wants a Wife, but Fox 1 goes way beyond that. Between breaking news, major sporting events like the FIFA World Cup, and the kind of can't miss content that keeps you hooked, it quickly becomes one of those apps that you wonder how you ever lived without. Like truly, you can just cut the cable and rely on Fox 1. And the best part is, there is a 3-day free trial, so you can try it out, fall in love with it, and then move on and enjoy finally having it. Just go to fox.com to start streaming anywhere, anytime, on your favorite devices. Offer subject to change. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions. All right, now back to the story. I'm not just covering this film because of modern women and their weird sexual taste, most likely fueled by romantic fantasy novels and book talk. I am mainly talking about this new movie because of what I see as the film's connection to AI. And stick with me here. You're probably going, Brett, I don't see this. Or maybe you're already on the same wavelength as me. Because the leading woman in this film, based on what we know, just on the trailer, is single. She is this outsider. She is mocked for being single and not being married yet. And so her solution is to have the local basket make her weave her a husband from scratch. To have her desires, including her sexual desires, be fueled by something not human, that is completely artificial. And I know the movie looks crazy and the premise looks crazy, but how crazy is it considering that this is exactly what is going on in modern society? And I saw one single commenter point this out under one of these videos. She commented and she said, LOL, why do I actually feel like it's a soft reveal of normalizing AI sex robots into the mainstream by changing the time period and adding a bit of whimsy. It is trying to make it less weird to get your own personal humanoid. And that was exactly my gut reaction to the trailer. I mean, within 5 seconds of seeing this, I was going, this doesn't actually seem that odd. Like, objectively, it's odd. But we've been talking about this for years now. And to be fair, it is already being normalized. And maybe it already is. I mean, I did a video about this article on my old channel almost 3 years ago. The headline of the article reads, Chinese women say that AI boyfriends are better than a real man. And in this article, and again, this was February of 2024, women were saying that their digital lovers are all swoon-worthy knights, princes, and immortals inspired by Chinese stories, and they offer her a lot of emotional support. Rather than putting up with real-life modern men, this woman chose these macho men of antiquity. Because, as she told the French Newswire, it is quote difficult to meet the ideal boyfriend in real life. If I can create a virtual character that meets my needs exactly, then I'm not going to choose a real person. All right. So, if that was being written about in February of 2024 when I did probably my first video ever on AI relationships, and I thought it was so crazy and so wild, imagine how much has changed in the last 2.5 years. I mean, last year there was that viral Reddit post where a woman shared that her ChatGPT essence boyfriend had proposed to her. She got a literal ring. Obviously, she bought it herself, but the chat proposed to her. In Japan last year, a woman married her AI companion. And even had an entire ceremony, which CNN covered. A woman in Japan says she married an AI-generated persona after he proposed. 32-year-old Yurina Noguchi says she developed an AI-generated companion named Klaus sometime after breaking off her engagement to her human partner. Now, we are going to talk about this later, but the thing that always stands out to me in all of these stories is the fact that this is a persona that they have developed. She literally said that she developed this persona. They create the person that they want to be with. It is their ideal partner. Now, last year, this marriage ceremony obviously was so crazy and out of left field, but then suddenly more and more people started coming forward. There was a man that we talked about in an earlier video, I think it was last year, where he was very openly talking about the fact that he had added a third person into his marriage, and that third person was his chatbot. Like, he was very open about the fact that he was married to this woman, but he was carrying on a romantic relationship with this AI. His wife had asked him to cut it off, but he said, "No, I'm not going to." Like, he was on the news, be totally comfortable telling people about this. In fact, this whole thing is so normalized in public now.